button
Okay, it's
down there.
Okay, I'm recording.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
See, my computers still have not rebooted. I have no idea what the heck is going on here.
You killed him dead? They had to reboot?
No, they actually forcibly rebooted themselves.
Wow.
They stopped.
You need to get
Killing the.
you need to get a raccoon logo, and you could be Ray.
Yeah. All right. One at least.
So Leroy, you're not on the desktop at all then?
No, I'm on the cell phone.
Okay.
That might be better
Last resort.
to use your cell phone.
When I use my cell phone, there's always a delay.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you guys have delays when you use a cell phone?
This is the first time I've actually used the cell phone for this, but I'm not noticing any delay.
Okay.
The phone does sound like it's picking up extra noise though, like extra noise somewhere.
My audio has a setting. I can select a high sensitivity selection when I select my microphone. When you go into Windows, you go to the audio and do the up arrow. Select the play headphones. There should be more than that.
It said the Windows word.
I got it going. Sorry about that. Select playback device. Let's see. My audio is gone. Hello. 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 Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, well, that's good. As long as I can hear myself, that's the important part.
Well, when you have a delay and you're hearing yourself delayed by about, I don't know, 50 microseconds or so, 50 milliseconds or so, that really drives you nuts.
Well, mine really doesn't have a delay. When I speak, I don't hear myself, which may be an advantage in some way. But the microphone, I can see the microphone's picking up. Yeah, when we talk, it blocks the audio. Why don't you try without the headsets? Oh, you got the 60-second delay. That's what's happening. It's not blocking his audio where he can't hear himself. We don't hear ourselves. I don't hear myself.
I don't hear myself.
Which is an advantage in our case.
Let me think. Am I hearing myself? I'm hearing myself, but I think it's through my jawbone. I don't think it's electronically.
Okay, and let me try to torture you guys again since you guys escaped my wonderful. See if we can blow this puppy up again. Anybody see anything?
I can see it.
I see the email.
Okay, this is a meeting announcement. as I was saying earlier, when no one was listening and no one was even connected, I had a good talk to myself. The only person that heard me was Gail, and she left the room, so I don't know what that was all about. But anyhow, it looks like we're getting flatter down here on the end. With the virus, it's still kind of a downward trend, but we're having some perturbations for the total U.S. And then the state is looking a little more consistent. And it looks like Florida is not doing so well. They kind of flattened out and kind of went up. They're kind of level now. And looks like Texas is doing pretty well. And California, both are generally going down. But not so much for Florida. It's kind of flattening out. They're having trouble. Do what?
Has all their kids back in school, don't they?
Florida has their kids back in school? I don't know.
I believe that's the case. I believe that they decided to have the kids go back face to face.
Oh, okay.
California, we're not doing that.
Yeah, well, and in Ohio, the kids are back in school for the most part. Isn't that true, Leroy?
I think it's still kind of depends on the school. I guess the universities are open.
I can tell you that in my neighborhood down here, there's only about 10% of the students are back in school. All the rest are doing remote access.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the way it is everywhere.
I think that's a partially apparent decision. In other words, I think there's an option, but I can tell you that in my neighborhood, we got a lot of kids ranging from preschool to high school, and for the most part, they're doing distance education, not face to face. And we have one kid who is now in quarantine because he was exposed in class, and the whole class is apparently now quarantined. So.
Okay. The news this week, the continued headache and pain that I get from all of the battery stuff is still a battery barrage up there. And what I was saying to myself earlier, I think it's Australia, New Zealand, they're trying the solar-powered unmanned plane with lithium sulfur battery. They're trying to get airplanes up there that run off solar 24 hours, 7 days a week. That would really be great for the cell phone and cable TV business, or not cable TV, satellite TV business. Don't you think? And the next one is Tesla is talking about mixing the graphene supercapacitor batteries with the lithium ion batteries. And you say, why? Well, the lithium ion batteries have a very high discharge rate, so you can get a lot of current out of them, but the charge rate is extremely limited. So you end up charging for hours, whereas a supercapacitor will charge in seconds. but
But
the
energy density is lower, right?
what?
I believe the energy density is quite a bit lower than lithium ion, isn't it?
Yeah, that was what I was saying to myself about 5 minutes ago. The energy density, the power density is low. So, so but it may have the advantage of if they combine both of them on the Tesla, which I believe is their direction, you can have some supercapacitors and then lithium ions, and then you can stop and get a quick charge on the capacitors, and even though they take up more space, and then discharge the capacitors into the lithium ion batteries while you're driving down the road. So you get a nice quick boost, and then you could run off the supercapacitor, for a short period of time. So you could, at least you could get to another gas station or something, get to where you could stop at a gas station and get a fill up. Okay, but still charge the lithium ion batteries. One of the advantages and disadvantages of the supercapacitor is you can discharge it down to 0 volts. Okay, as we know, the lithium ions have trouble when the battery voltage starts going down. It's not good. If you go to 0 volts, you're pretty much done. The battery's done. So.
Well, what's the story with the lithium sulfur? This is the first I've heard of the lithium sulfur.
Well, let's see. Oh, that would be that one.
I was just wondering what the energy density was like and the discharge rate was like.
Well, they're interested in the weight density, right? The power weight ratio. Solar cells in its wings and da, 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 da. Oh, it's Korea Aerospace. Okay.
I assume that's South Korea.
Stratospheric 12 kilometers or more. 12-meter long wings and a 9-meter body. Uses battery power at night. So this would be a revolution in, cellular phone. I think it'd have cellular use and satellite TV use. Google was working on something where they were going to use balloons and have fly them at higher levels, for balloons, and you could do Wi-Fi off of them effectively. So you could have communication capability and just keep a bunch of balloons up all the time, and they'd be scattered all over the sky at very high altitudes. This is another way. And you could, with the balloons, you can't control where you are easily. But with this one, you could control where you are and control your position. And if they're cheap enough, you could keep 15 or 20 of them up there. Moreover, it plans to mass produce lithium sulfur battery that has an energy density more than twice that of the present lithium ion battery after 2025. So twice the power.
Is that weight density?
Yeah.
Is that weight density or volume density?
Energy density.
Yeah, but energy density per pound or per cubic centimeter?
I can't hear what you're saying.
You have two ways of putting energy density. One is energy density per pound, and the other is energy density per volume. So the battery is high density, meaning high pounds per cubic centimeter or whatever, you know, it doesn't work well for airplanes, but it might work well for automobiles where the weight is not such a consideration. Who's doing this? British battery manufacturer, Oxus. Interesting.
Can you hear him, Leroy?
I heard part of him. He
Yeah.
dropped out. Yeah.
He's kind of low. It's hard to hear.
He's talking about the density of the batteries.
So can you hear me now?
A little bit. Where's your microphone? Can you get close to it?
It's right up there in the it's right up there in the camera.
Is it in the camera? Oh, okay. We need to get you a USB mic. Oh man, that's what I'm using.
What I want to do is get a boom mic. That'll be much better.
You probably have one of those plug-in guys too that plugs into the audio input too. That might help.
Yeah, I'll experiment with it this week and see if I can get better audio. But we didn't have any problem last week, so I don't know what's.
Yeah, on the first session you were just fine, but this session is just quirky.
That is strange.
So where does it put this recording, Leroy?
We're probably, I don't know. I did actually send you a link a while ago that gave you access to upload videos to the YouTube channel.
Well,
You could do it.
You post the recordings on the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But Jim's recording right now, and Jim has a slow connection, so he doesn't like to upload. Vicente just texted me and said he said hi to everybody. Can't come to the meeting tonight.
Okay.
He's running a little late anyway.
Yeah, we're down to 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes right now. So are you posting both halves of the meeting on YouTube?
Well, I've got, if it actually worked, because it seemed like Zoom just did something crazy. It acted like it didn't even exit out of the client for me. And then it just rebooted the computer and all that mess. So if it worked, I'm going to upload the video.
I don't see the recording sign anymore on the screen.
I see it.
You may have to move your mouse around.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it.
I don't know, this new software that I just installed doesn't seem like it worked as well.
This is a new version of Zoom?
Yeah. Seemed like it was fine until it was time to stop.
Well, one thing I noticed is you don't need a password to get into these Zoom sessions. The Zoom sessions I'm doing at school have a password requirement now. Now, part of the problem was we had rogue listeners or watchers, or I guess voyeurs is the best term, coming to class, and why they would want to do that, I have no idea, but they were showing up in class. I would occasionally see a name or an icon in class that I didn't recognize and wasn't registered. So I guess that's something you install, and it may not be available in the free version. I don't know.
Actually, we could set passwords up. But technically, there is a password on this, but it's when you click the link just generates the password.
Oh, okay.
So technically, there is a password. It's just a open password.
We could make a suggestion here, but I don't know if me and Leroy could tolerate it. Since the microphone is in the camera, you could move the camera closer to. Nah, that's not a good suggestion, is it, Leroy?
Nope. I can actually hear him. He drops out every now and then, but I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him, but it's real low. My audio is 100%, and I can barely hear probably 60% of what he's saying.
Huh. That's very interesting because last week we didn't have this problem at all.
Yeah.
In the first half we didn't have this problem at all. So I don't know what's going on.
I think it's a Jim issue because I hear you a little bit better than that. So.
Okay.
Well, as I say, I'm going to invest in a boom mic because I need one for my classes also.
Yeah.
I have another topic, by the way. I've been looking at something called. Hello?
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's I was setting my volume. That's 100%. Man.
I've been looking at something called a Fing box. I'll type it out here,
A thing box? Thing box. Oh, okay.
Have either of you ever heard of this?
No.
Okay, well, it's worth Googling because what it is it's a network appliance you plug into your router or someplace close to your router. And what it does is it goes out and finds all the stuff that's connected to your LAN, and it tracks the bandwidth that each of the devices is using, and it also allows you to block things. Now, this is all on the local area network. We're not talking about external at this point. We're talking about internal. So say you got 25 devices and your kid's on with their laptop or their tablet. After lights out, you can block it, and it just basically shuts off their access to the network altogether. It's kind of cool. It's costs in the neighborhood of $100, but you ought to look it up. It's called Thing Box. Where the name came from, I don't know, but it's a small device, size of a, I don't know, maybe 6 by 6 by 6, something like that.
It almost looks like an Amazon Alexa or a Google HomePod.
Yeah, it's actually like a hockey puck on steroids. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wondered if experience with this or had any idea, there are various opinions on whether it's a good idea or not. I think we're down to 47 seconds, aren't we?
I can't tell.
Yeah, we're about to go. We're about to go black. There's 29.
I will give you my opinion next week.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
15, 13.
Well, wait a second.